Greetings, South Redford Eagle families. This is Elisa Nagelhout, instructional coach for South Redford. The purpose of today's video is to assist you as you look at your child's grades and assignments within our new grading system, TeacherEase. I'm hoping by now that you received a welcome letter from your building principal that included a link that allowed you to create a password for TeacherEase. If you did not receive that welcome letter, please contact your child's school so that we make sure we have the correct email on file and can resend you the welcome letter so you may access this website. Once you log in to TeacherEase, this is what your page will look like. This is the student parent portal. So that you might be able to view your child's assignments grades, there's a few places that you may link. Teachers can post upcoming assignments with due dates, and if you would like to view those, you may click here in the assignments tile on the left-hand side. Here you can see that 2 different assignments were posted. I'm going to go back. You may also see the grades for particular classes and scores that your child has received for those assignments. And those scores will be attached to standards, which I'll speak a little bit more in just a moment. To see grades, you would click here on the grades tile. Once here, you can see the grades for each of your child's particular classes. If there are no grades yet, you may just see learning targets, or you may have some additional information linked here. But if your child has received a score or a grade, it would be indicated in blue and underlined as that is a link. To view the particular assignments within any particular class or to get additional information about a score, you may click on that number. I'm going to be diving a little bit deeper into the Honors Social Studies class, so I'll be clicking on this 3.5 right here. As a reminder, the grading scale and what those scores mean are located over here to the right. We are using a 4-point scale score within South Redford, and so you will be seeing scores ranging from 0 to 4 at any given point during the semester. At the end of the semester, those scores will be translated into letter grades. Once you're in this particular view, you can see for social studies, this child's overall grade was 3.5, which means that that child is halfway between being independent and consistent and possibly not quite consistent all the time. This child is working their way toward mastery, mastery being indicated by 4. That tells me the score for the overall class, but I want to know more about how my child is doing within the class. What are my child's strengths and needs as applied to social studies? I'm allowed to do that by looking a little bit closer at the particular assignments. As you see with each section, there are scores. Those scores are linked to standards. In this case, geography is a major component of social studies, and there are some standards that have to do with some particular areas. The world and spatial terms, geographical inquiry and analysis. Across geography, this particular child has scored a 3 because all of these different subtopics have rolled in to that overall score. But I want to see closer what is making up that 3. So I'm going to dive in a little bit. When I click on each score, it'll show me the particular assignments that contributed to that score. So here I'm going to click on 4 because that's showing that my child was independent, consistent, and accurate and is working very well towards mastery. The standard that's attached to that is using a variety of geographical tools to analyze what is happening at different times and different locations. So I'll click on that. I can see that my child has taken 4 different assignments towards that standard. 2 of the assignments were summative, so their scores counted toward the grade, and 2 of those assignments were formative. They were practice opportunities. They were not going to be counted toward the grade, but I still would like that feedback as a parent to see how my child is progressing. I can see that for the 2 summative opportunities, my child demonstrated consistency, accuracy towards mastery on the 13th of September And again, must have done something twice with that standard on the 13th of September. Earlier in this particular unit of study, perhaps my child didn't quite know those terms or that particular skill because it was new in the instructional continuum. And so my child received a 1, which means they weren't quite progressing because it was early in the instructional cycle. I'm going to close this out. And I'd like to take a look at this area right here, which is a 2, which means my child is progressing with some evidence of learning. That means towards this standard. Apply the skills of geographic inquiry to analyze a geographic problem or issue. I'm going to find out what is contributing to that score of 2. Click on that. I see, oh, it's only 1 assignment, and this is early in this quarter. So knowing that a 2 is progressing, knowing that this is a first assignment attached to this particular standard, I'm not surprised that my child is not a 4 yet. A 4 would require a lot of exposure to instruction and many opportunities to demonstrate consistency and accuracy. So although I'll have a conversation with my child, it's not something I'm concerned about. It's just information to inform how my child is doing and what they are currently learning about. To close that, I click on here. If I want to see anything else, I can go back to the particular classes by going down here and clicking on the back button, and then I can then dive into some other classes if that's of interest to me. I may want to dive into this class, choir, where this particular child seems to be demonstrating mastery really early in the year. What assignments or experiences have contributed to that score? I can look at that a little bit closer by clicking on it, just like I did with social studies. And I can see that this child is singing and playing with expression and technical accuracy. If I click on the score, I can see that there's been 1 participation opportunity to provide an opportunity to earn that score. So although I'm excited, I'm going to continue to see how much does that score stay consistent and how much does it change as additional participation opportunities are recorded by the teacher. I'm now going to go back because I do want to share just one more important thing with our South Redford families. TeacherEase is a new program that is meant to capture grades and assignments only. And although when you click on different things, you may see things that say attendance, attendance is not captured here, only grades and assignments. You will still be going to your MyStar parent portal to look up things like attendance and lunch and those types of things that you would have looked at in the past. Also, I want to point out that for our Pierce families, you can continue to look at the AAA on the website and the planners for additional information about assignments. And finally, as you view this, please consider how this connects to the type of report cards you might have seen at the elementary level, where your child maybe received a secure score, a 2, at the reading level, but maybe scored a 3 with nonfiction reading. It allowed you to know how your child was doing specifically within any one content area. Elementary schools have been doing this for a very long time. We at the secondary level are finally moving towards the same type of program to provide a tremendous amount of feedback to our families and students. We hope you find this incredibly helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, I encourage you to reach out to your building principal and teachers as they are eager to assist you with this process. Have a great day. Thank you.